Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Gina Queston, and what I want to talk to you today is about what sets the ResqRanch apart from any other kind of animal rescue organization that you might hear about. Well, first you have to know how it got started, and it started with me rescuing all kinds of animals, mostly of course thoroughbreds off the racetrack. It all started with that, but then there was horses from auctions and horses with structural deformities that were going to be put down because nobody wanted them, llamas, I mean you name it, we had them coming in. And then of course we had all the neighborhood kids coming by as well who wanted to come and see all these animals and spend time with them and get to know more about horses and how to take care of all these other kinds of animals. And so that is really how the whole idea of the ResqRanch got started, because I was spending all this time anyway teaching all of these people all these things that I thought were really important for them to know about taking care of these large animals. But what I noticed is that sometimes these well-meaning people would actually startle, scare, or retrain in a bad way some of our animals. And so they were actually creating some bad habits in them just because they didn't have the tools that they needed to learn how to be around these animals. And of course that's what I was trying to teach them in the first place. So that's where it sort of just became something where I decided to make it a formal program where I could one time teach a lot of different people some of these basic principles that I used to handle these animals so that they didn't inadvertently frighten, scare, or badly retrain any of the rescue animals that were in our care. And then to take that one step further, I got married, divorced. Terrible divorce, was sitting in a burglarized, vandalized house with two little girls by myself with not even a can opener to be able to open a can of food from the local food bank. And in this desperate time of despair, I just thought to myself, okay, if the ResqRanch could be anything, what do I want it to be? I want it to be something really special and different. There's lots of other animal rescue organizations out there, so why should this be any different? And so what I decided is that the best thing to do would be really to concentrate on that education piece. So not just how many animals we could get in and rehome, but how many people could I teach the proper way to interact with and train, most importantly, these animals so that these people would be able to develop really strong attachment bonds with these animals, and then also teach this to other people so that none of these animals would ever be rehomed ever again because of any kind of behavior or health problem that might come along. Because as you may or may not know, that's one of the biggest things that is a problem with conventional rescue type settings or even animal shelters, is that these animals come in, get adopted by well-meaning folks who have no support system for dealing with this animal. Sometimes people get into things they don't really know what they're getting into, and then the animal ends up being returned. And the more often an animal is returned, the more often it is going to end up being euthanized and not ever get a good home. So I figured the best thing that I could do was change that whole dynamic and teach people the fundamentals of how to really have an amazing relationship with that animal in the first place. And the way to do that is through positive reinforcement. So if you are not familiar with positive reinforcement, if you don't know about clicker training or target training, you've never heard of any of those things, you may have been around horses your whole life. You may have won horse shows, known everything you can about Monty Roberts, John Lyons, Clayton Anderson, all these other great people that set the stage for a life that is better for training horses. But if you are not familiar with positive reinforcement and how it's used with marine mammals and zoo animals and all kinds of other professional animal trainers who have been studying the psychology of how animals learn, including humans, for over 100 years and documenting all of this meticulously, then you are missing a critical piece of the puzzle. And I'm here to tell you it's going to open up an amazing world for you of having a relationship with these animals that's deeper, more magical than you ever thought possible. So that's what sets the ResqRanch apart. I didn't want us to be just another animal hoarder type situation. I wanted to have something that would really make a long-lasting, important difference in the lives of people and animals and help stop the cycle of animals being adopted into the wrong homes and get them adopted into forever homes. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel down below and follow everything we do at ResqRanch.org. Come and take a class, volunteer, send me a request for a special training video. I don't care if it's dogs, cats, horses, birds, whatever it is, and I will show you how in a video to solve that problem using positive reinforcement. So on that note, I'm Dr. Q here to help you have the most amazing relationship with all the animals in the world that you ever thought possible, and to be able to train them to do almost anything by anybody. And it's super easy too, and scientifically documented and super easy to follow. So easy, a kid can do it, as we say. So tune in, stick around, donate if you can, and learn all the things that we have to teach you at the Rescue Ranch, because I guarantee you it will open a whole new magical world for you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you right here next time. Bye-bye.